Howard, number one, made me love being black. You know, like I went to half black, half white school, and you know, less than, and all of these things that we have to fight. But when I went to Howard, I'm like, oh, black is the dopest thing on earth. You know what I mean? Yeah. So number one, I love being black. But in addition to that, Howard taught me excellence. You know,
not being cocky with yourself, but like you know, accepting that, hey, I am this. I've worked to be this good.
I'm him.
You know, so yeah, it was like I'm him now. So let me start, you know, walking in that. And let me take on that responsibility. So that's part of overcoming that imposter syndrome. I definitely do.
What's up? It's your girl, Brittany Passion. No talk, all action. And we are back with the Yard Linkup.
Yeah.
Who we got to the right of me?
Man, it's DC in here again.
And our other co-host.
Hello, what's good, y'all? This is King Isaac, or King Isaac, if you feel fancy. You should probably see me at a band event, going to a band event, teaching the drum major move or doing the drum major move. You know, we love our HBCU bands. What's good, y'all?
Period. And we have the lovely, to the left of me, Dr. Q in the building.
Dr. Q.
How you doing, Dr. Q?
I'm doing well. How y'all doing?
We are doing amazing.
I'm doing
we would like
good.
to welcome you to the Yard Link Up.
But y'all, before
okay. Look, before we get started, we're going to have DJ Duce drop a few tunes for us.
Yes,
And listen, we here, we outside, we inside. It's holiday time. Let's get it.
Walking through the crowd and I seen her with a team. I tapped her on the shoulder and said, girl, I like them jeans. I told her, go, shorty, shorty, go, shorty, shorty, go, go, shorty, shorty, go, shorty, shorty, go. She was dancing like a stripper, so I had to throw some one. She winked and right at me and said, it's time to have some fun. I told her, go, shorty.
Like a sea, double cup, you gon' run straight to sleep too. Ho, turn this around, keep banging on the pill when she getting beat. Going ham on her when I give her. Going home, boy, I gotta keep it pee. Gotta go home to a pretty street. Yeah, she gonna bump and boom. She gonna make that booty move. I'm in that, got that hope in the move. And we be kicking like something to the move. We don't sit there, we
Welcome back to the Yard Link Up. My dog
Welcome
Duce
back.
was back there. He was back there on it, man. Duce be on it. Back there repping for Albany State again. Now, like we said, man, we do have Dr. Q on the show today, right?
Yes.
How y'all doing?
Dr. Q.
Dental genius. I call
Okay.
people in the profession. I call him a genius. Mr. Art of Aesthetics Studio himself.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you for being
Owner,
here, man.
CEO,
Yeah,
founder,
keep going.
all that.
All that. I
what
thank
I'm
y'all so
saying?
much for having me. It's been great. Thank y'all.
Can you, I need to get my teeth redone. Like,
See, she's trying to use this for personal gain, people. This
I'm just playing.
She know I'm gonna take care of whatever she need. I'm gonna make it happen.
Now,
Thank you.
Now let's get into this first.
Absolutely.
College. What
Okay.
college? Well, for the audience, I know.
So I attended the real HU, Howard University.
There it is.
Shots fired.
But we love Hampton too. But I attended Howard University, and it was such an amazing experience, bro. Like it was life changing, actually. Like truly life changing.
Okay. Now, normally this will probably be an interview where people are gonna ask you, well, Dr. Q, how was it getting into, the whole industry and all that type of stuff?
Right.
This is gonna be a little different.
Okay. I'm with it.
It's gonna be a fun,
I'm with it.
and real conversation.
Yes.
Between all of us.
Keep it a buck.
Keep it a buck.
We're gonna keep it a buck. So what we're gonna do now? We're gonna start off on a light note, right?
I like it.
DJ Duce, he gonna play a song.
Okay.
And we want you to tell us what comes to mind
when you hear this
song. Back
from when you was in college.
Oh, okay, I can do that. I can do that.
You can do that?
Yeah.
You can do that? You got us?
Drop that.
All right, drop that.
Oh my God. So we got a saying. We got a saying at Howard. I was part of this group, and this song we go. Like a flame. Hold on.
Now I can't read.
But we used to run like 30 deep. We be like 30 deep, man. 30 deep, man. Yeah, great time. A great time.
You wanna know? So when I think about this song, honestly, I just think about everybody, like all the parties, everybody standing around getting hype, and like you with your crew, like you said, they 30 deep, so I'm with my crew. At this time, I ain't with my line sisters. I'm with my crew. I'm with my friends. Everybody with their crew. See? So it's like, fuck, you with your friends. 30 deep. I think we was about 12 or 15 deep at the time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everybody with their crew. And then, you know, you feeling yourself. You popping your itch. You know? You like, ain't nobody, we ain't seen nobody, in our way. Like, we the baddest on campus. You feel me?
Well, yeah, coming from ATL people went to that school. So it's so the chant. And if you're from ATL, you know this chant. It's ATL. I mean, HO. Yeah. I don't want to be explicit, but yeah.
What about you, DC?
I'm gonna tell you something real funny. I think this came out when I first went to college. Like I stayed out of this y'all winning everything. So the year that this came out, this was just a song, right? This was the song. And the funny thing is, my business my line name was Whopper. So I can see that. I would be walking and somebody would be like, oh, that's you.
I can see that. I can for sure see that.
Yeah, I think we all have a great fun memory of this song.
Yes. Okay, DJ, you said that was a good one. That was
one of them ones.
That was a great time.
One of them ones. So now, we got a question for you.
I got an answer.
You are Greek.
Yeah.
So what organization are you a part of?
I'm a part of Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity incorporated. I'm a noob, man.
Shout out to the noobs in the building.
You know the pretty boys gonna always be here. We're gonna keep it a buck. We're gonna have a good time. But being a noob is just so much more than just college. Yeah. I feel like my bond has gotten stronger as I've grown. You know?
Yes.
And like my brothers, I only got 7 line brothers. There's 8 of us. Okay. And when I tell you, I thought it was small in college, but now it is the best bond that I could have ever asked for.
Yes.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's good that you can say that because we're going to be real. It's like family.
Yeah.
You know, we all got family, but that don't mean we fool all over.
Exactly.
Exactly. Just be honest, people.
Talk about it.
Yeah. And honestly, that's just life. You know what I mean? That's in some orgs, some are bigger than others. You know what I mean? And I felt like at first I was a little upset because I'm used to other lines being like 12, 13, 18.
You got a TSU. I'm TSU, so they had about 19, 20. Yeah.
And when it was 8, I'm like, dang, but it really, like I've been to their weddings. I've been to funerals with them. I've been through good and bad times. So, and just helping each other achieve and we having a common goal, it's always been great doing life with them.
Dope. Okay.
Well, speaking of that, I got a question. Probates or step shows? Which one you rocking with?
Probates.
Why?
Really?
Why probates?
The Howard probates are insane.
I want to go to a Howard probate.
When I tell you, I love a step show. Step shows are fire. When I tell you, I feel like you can go to any school and go to a step show and you know you're going to have a good time.
Right.
But I think just specifically at Howard, it's something about a Howard probate. Our probate did like millions of views on YouTube.
Millions.
And I wish
you
I
ain't
had
never seen a Howard probate?
So
yours in particular?
Specific line on YouTube did millions of views. And it literally, because it showed, like you could see like the true tradition of our org, what we're about, what we stand on. and how we got into the organ. It's amazing. You can really feel the emotions, and it comes right after you offline too. So like I was crying, but I was greeting. Like it was crazy. It was a good time though. But probates at Howard for sure.
Probates. What about you, DC?
Probates. I gotta go with probates too because it's just that new line, man.
Yeah.
The new line.
The day after a probate is crazy too.
It's crazy.
Your first day on the yard with your stuff, bro.
Crazy.
Like it's crazy.
Feeling myself.
Yeah, it's one of those things of like step shows, man. People gonna go because they step shows they dope, but people gonna be at that probate.
And you got somebody yelling for you. They like, I'm rooting for you. I'm rocking with you. I know this was a lie. I know this
Then
something.
it comes to the surprises too. The people that surprise, they're like, what?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's what he meant.
And then I think it's another thing, the legacy portion.
Yeah.
Really allowing people that came before us, or our family members who are in there, to come back and really, know that we're rocking with the same thing they were rocking with when they were in our shoes. So it's dope.
What about you?
Oh, probate too, for sure. Probate for sure, because seeing the people, and I'm not agree, but I always go support my friends that tell me like the day before, like, hey, bro, come here.
I
just get like
I need you here tomorrow.
Random, just blank text like with a picture on it with a number. I'm like, what? Oh, so I gotta go to the store get stuff for my homeboys. One of my best friends ever, was Marshall with me. He's an alpha. Okay. And when I tell you, I was so proud of him. It was like, and everybody else was like, a whole auditorium just screaming, because when they coming out and stuff, man. But it's I love the support. I love the energy that's in there too.
The energy is crazy.
It's crazy.
Crazy.
Now, we were only going to ask that one question, but I do want to ask real quick. What did Howard do for you?
Yes. Because Howard is like one of the
so let me tell you,
HBCUs of all HBCUs.
And I know they can be a very wide.
That's a huge question, but I think about Howard. Number one, made me love being black. Like I went to half black, half white school, and less than, and all of these things that we have to fight. But when I went to Howard, I'm like, oh, black is the dopest thing on earth. You know what I mean? Yeah. So number one, I love being black. But in addition to that, Howard taught me excellence, in truth and service. In everything that I do, especially with the Art of Aesthetics brand and everything I put my name on, it's to a certainty, and I'm not putting it out unless it's done properly. Right. And Howard taught me to really put my best foot forward, work hard, work diligently, and be barrier breakers, ceiling breakers, and really like give it your all. No job is too big or too small. Like the smallest thing or the biggest thing. Like any podcast, is major. You know what I mean? So I thank y'all for having me. But it's just like understanding like the importance of being great in your home and taking up your whole space in this earth,
Yes.
And I love that Howard was great. And it did give me my education. And one thing I'm going to say is when I'm a doctor, only black dentists is like 3% of us out of the whole United States.
Yep.
So equipping me to really know what I'm talking about, be able to pass these national board exams. These exams, you're scored against our counterparts. You know what I mean?
Hello.
It's so hard for us to pass these exams, which is why if anybody's watching this, if you're looking to be a doctor or something, it's important that you pay attention in college. Have our fun, but I paid attention because the education was there. But at HBCUs, it's up to you to take it.
Say that again.
It's up to you to take it.
So many distractions around.
It is. And it's some people like me that can do both.
Talk about it. Everybody ain't able.
But it's just like it really gives you the opportunity to change your life and change the trajectory of your family's life. So if you're doing it, do it. Make it happen.
Absolutely. Okay.
And we talked about that a little bit on our last show. Like our kids don't got to get it out the mud. Like we put in the grind and the work in now to be able to provide for them, so they ain't got to. Yeah, I ain't got to get out the mud.
Now, one thing that I don't do is speak for people, but I feel like I'm speaking for all of us when I say like I think our own HBCU did a lot for us.
Yes. A lot.
Yes, absolutely.
So I really do. It played a big impact. It had a big impact on my life.
It teaches you a lot.
A lot.
Let me tell you, I got taught so much about me as a person.
Yep. That's what
I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm not even the same guy, So.
Yeah. Now we're gonna get into a serious question, and I think Brittany got that over there.
Yeah. So we're gonna switch gears a little bit for everybody who is tuned in.
Yeah.
Today's topic is imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
So my question for you, Dr. Q, is Do you feel that there are, what are a few of the specific factors or situations that you feel trigger imposter syndrome in recent graduates or early career professionals?
Okay, so I just recently did continuing education. You know, when you're a doctor, you have to do continuing education every year.
Yep.
And I'm so in my bubble, you know, because I'm surrounded by Black love. You know what I mean? I have Black and white patients, but, you know, my colleagues, I know Black and white colleagues, but I went to a very prestigious, or I got invited to go to a very prestigious continuing education course. And when I tell you it was only 2 of us, I was like, you know what I mean? And then they have you, number one, questioning yourself.
Yes.
You know, questioning like, is this for me? Am I good enough? Am I knowledgeable enough? Especially when you have to get up and speak, you know what I mean? And talk about the things that you do. You know what I mean? So I feel like we as a community, I look to my ancestors and my family for that strength when I get in those situations. But when I get in those situations, I know that I'm more than capable, you know.
Right.
And I'm equipped and I know exactly what I'm doing, especially when you properly prepare. You know, anything that you do, if you properly prepare, if you do it right, you know what you're doing. You just have to have confidence in it. So there are a lot of times I do feel that, and I felt it recently, and I was like, oh, let me check this. You know what you're talking about. You've been doing it, so you stand on that. So we standing on business.
Standing on business.
There you go.
Standing on business.
Yeah.
We standing on business. So then how do you differentiate between healthy self-doubt and imposter syndrome? And then when does that self-reflection become counterproductive?
Well, I think this is the greatest time of the year because this is a reflective time for all of us, you know.
Preach.
As we go into a new year, as people's birthdays pass, we're like, okay.
And it's a retrograde going on right now.
Yeah,
I don't know if you
sit down
that.
and evaluate myself because sometimes our friends don't tell us about our ways and things like that. So it's good to have self-evaluation. So just know right now I'm sitting at home. I'm at home like, Doc, what you do great on and what you need to get better on. But I think what differentiates the two is humility. You know what I mean? Yeah. Even when we doing our greatest, you know what I mean, we still humble enough to know that it could be here today, gone tomorrow.
Right.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? So I think I'm like, regardless of how far God takes you, you stay humble, regardless, because I think until our whole community is at a certain place, the job is not finished.
Ooh.
You get what I mean?
Yes.
And I think even after I have elevated and I've done such amazing things, I'm like, you know, please enjoy your green pastures. But in a way, it's just like, it's so much more to be done in our community. You know what I mean? To really change our mindset as a whole, you know?
Yes.
So I think that's it.
So then I guess my question for everybody, well, first I want to ask you if you have any words of encouragement for anyone who is pursuing being a doctor
or business owner,
or
you know, anything. Business
owner, because you're both, right? You found that balance. So talk to us a little bit about how you're able to balance that, and then any words of encouragement you can give to anyone watching moving forward who wants to pursue that as well.
I think I live by a quote. It says, believe you can and you're halfway there. Believe
Starts with that
you
mindset,
can and you are halfway there. If you don't believe it, I promise you other people don't. You know, if you don't believe it yourself, I promise. And you know, aspiring rappers have this down pack.
Okay.
Let me tell you.
Say again, aspiring.
Aspiring rappers have this down pack. They believe in themselves more than anybody. You be like, okay, I guess I got to get with this program. You know what I mean? But literally, I'm like, if I believe it and I put in the work, only, you know, I'm only fighting time and mastering this. You know what I mean? But I tell anybody, put in your work. Put in your 1,000 hours. What are you going to master? You know, and I tell people another thing is brand association. We're all brands, right?
Yep.
You're all standing on something, you know, but you need to master something. So when they see you, when you see them, what do you think of? You know, and nowadays when people see me, they think of teeth. That's why every time I see somebody, they pulling out. They like, look at this, look at that, look at that.
You heard me. I was like, you gonna redo my teeth?
But this is brand association. This is you really mastering something where they like, oh, he does that great. I don't know what else he does, but I know for a fact if this ever comes up in my life, because even you're building something before people even need it, right?
Yep.
So it's just like, when you think of that, you're like, oh, this who pops up in my head because they've been doing it so long.
Right.
They've mastered this, and I've seen it time after time.
And they've been able to follow your journey too.
Exactly. And also, it's just being transparent and being honest with people and opening up. And I think it's just balancing them all, you know, balancing, you know, being a student or being a doctor or being at work and following your passion, because it's hard nowadays because I have a lot of patients who work 9 to 5. I love a 9 to 5. That means you're a hustler. But it depends on what you do after your 9 to 5. Are you going to sleep or are you working?
Okay.
Because if you have a goal in mind, you have to put in the work. Nothing is handed to us, especially being a certain color in this community. You know.
Say that. Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, DC, you got some words of encouragement for our recent grads right now who may be dealing with imposter syndrome?
Honestly, Q said a lot.
Yeah, I did. I be talking a lot.
He did. He preaching. He preaching.
A lot of good.
Isaac,
Keep it short, then. Keep it.
Isaac.
Go ahead, Isaac. Keep it short and sweet.
We'll piggyback off Dr. Q. So you definitely said like about that 1,000 hours. You can literally, because it's so funny. You can do something for so long, and then somebody can literally come up to you and be like, "You're doing this so well. Like, can you teach me how to do that?" And then you can be like you're asking me how to do it. It's like I'm not that good, but it's like that whole perception of yourself in your mind. You know, as you're going, throughout life and stuff. It's like you gotta. It's not being cocky with yourself, but like accepting that, hey, I am this. I've worked to be this good.
I'm him.
So yeah, it was like I'm him now. So let me start, walking in that. And let me take on that responsibility. So that's part of overcoming that imposter syndrome. I definitely dealt with it myself too.
Same.
People will. And funny thing is, people who support you, I love this, will have better ideas for you than you could think for yourself.
I promise you. They'll be like, oh, this is what I can do with your brain.
Right.
This is
if I was you, I'd do this.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
And it's it's such a beautiful thing.
Well, that's why you're not me. So
So for me, I would just say imposter syndrome is weird, is real. And that self-doubt and feeling like you're not good enough or if you belong, but you belong.
You do.
You got it. Like they said, stand on business,
Yes.
but still keep that humility at the same time. But you got it. God gave you the gift. He gave you the purpose. He gave you the vision. So it's up to you to see it through. And that was one thing I had to learn. Like, we got to stop shrinking, y'all, especially as Black people. We always want to shrink ourselves and don't want to shine and for to stroke everybody else's ego, but it's like, nah, it's okay to pop your shit sometimes. It's okay.
Yeah, you got to.
It's
You
okay.
have to sometimes.
You put in the work.
Don't overdo
You put
it.
in the work. Don't overdo it, but
Yeah.
it's okay sometimes. Sometimes you got to, like you said, stand on business and
I think it's
let people know not to play with you.
Yeah, it's a time and a place for everything.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Correct.
We're not popping champagne until you did something.
No,
Okay,
no,
you
no,
gotta
man.
put in the, you gotta put in the work
There
first.
we
Now.
go.
Now let me throw this in here real quick.
Go ahead.
I went to Dr. Q's party, man. Your lunch party.
Yes.
One of the best parties I've gone to, man.
Yes.
Everything, it's weird because when you say that, you think about. First of all, it was a celebration. It was a celebration. Like you said, don't pop champagne until you've done something.
Yes,
right?
Yeah.
exactly.
You popped the champagne and then some at that party, bro. So I will say I had a great time.
I think my advice to anyone, everything you do it in excellence.
Do it in
Yes.
And be particular about your You know what I mean?
Yes, you got
And,
to. Because if you don't take it serious,
y'all
ain't nobody
seen-
else gonna take it
Have
serious.
y'all seen Beyonce's documentary?
I seen
When
it,
she-
and I was in the theater like,
And it's crazy that Beyonce's dealing with this. Literally, she was
Yeah.
like, I need a camera this big. And they don't make them. She Googled it herself. Why?
Wow.
She's Googling
She-
stuff.
she
and
said-
she has a team for that. It's
Yeah.
just like, it's like when you have a vision, it's for a reason.
It's
and
for
you
a
need
reason.
to execute it. And you need to have people around you that support that, or a team that's gonna
Yeah.
ride and that's gonna go get it. You know?
I agree. But man, look, we definitely appreciate you for being here. We're gonna
Yes,
get up out of here,
yes.
man.
Oh,
Get
okay,
up out of here. We know you're a busy man and everything. We don't want to take too much of your time, but
Yeah.
definitely let the people know about your business.
where they can find
Plug that.
All that.
Like you
What
said,
I-
you
look
work
what
for
all
that.
you do.
Well, I think first thing is that thank you for enjoying the party, but I think we're going to do a benefit this upcoming year.
Dope.
I wanna
We
come.
definitely are. You are invited. We are just figuring out how we're going to launch our nonprofit and how we're going to give the funds, to community things.
Yes,
especially
yes.
HBCUs. I'm definitely happy with all of the brand partners that also support that I'm connected to, where we're creating initiatives to really help our HBCU schools.
Yes.
And I think it's important for us as we grow, we elevate, we want to execute and really give back to the communities that really gave to us. So I think that's the biggest thing. But Art of Aesthetics has been nothing but a blessing. And outside of it just being cosmetic and somebody's like, my teeth look good, we really help people through domestic violence people who've been in car accidents, people who were born a certain way, and it's just like, I'm not confident. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, God has given me this tool to really allow somebody to see themselves in the best way possible. You know what I mean? Because we all want to be confident. We want to look good. We want to be our best selves.
Okay.
And that's what I'm promoting, everyone to be the best version of themselves, and however that looks, you know? And if it starts with your smile, then that's just what it starts with. But you all can find me on Instagram, TikTok, all of them, Dr. DOCTOR.Q_. So thank y'all so much. And if you all are in Atlanta, and I don't only do cosmetics, I do all general dentistry as well.
Okay.
I do families, I do all of those things because I feel like we got to help our people in our community, and pull up on me.
Pull up on me. Well, thank you for pulling up on us, Dr. Q, here at the Yard Linkup. Y'all stay tuned into the next episode.
Absolutely.
DJ Duce, you know what to do.
Listen to this track.
Got me in the
If you don't know that verse of this song, and you went to HBCU,
Come on. What you got? Hey. Why you do it with no head? Jump into the
Yes, sir.
Let's go. Walk up, fly up, flag.